Hi, welcome to MN Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the public goods. In economics, public goods are not necessarily referred to the goods produced by the government. They can be produced in public sector or private sector, but they must be have certain characteristics. The essential characteristics of public goods are that they are non-rival in consumption and non-excludable. Let us discuss these characteristics in details. First one, non-rival consumption. A good is said to be non-rival in consumption when the consumption of it by the one person does not interfere the consumption of other persons. In other words, consumption of public goods by one person does not reduce the amount available for other persons to consume. Thus, two or more persons can consume the public goods simultaneously. Take an example of a park where one person say a visit and sit. This does not reduce the amount of park available for two other person B. Both of them can consume the same amount of park without interference. Thus, park or the public good. Others examples of public goods are roads, national highways, defense, street lights, police protection, television signals, pollution controls project, pollution control project, flood projects, rule of law, etc. Second point is non-excludable. A good is said to be non-excludable when the individuals who have not paid for it cannot be prevented from enjoying its benefits. In other words, once a good produced, it is extremely difficult or expensive to confine the benefits of it to the selected people. Thus, any person can enjoy the benefits of it regardless the fact he or she pay for it. For example, of a street light, it is extremely difficult to exclude the person from consuming it who do not pay for it. It is due to the factors of non-excludability in consumption of public goods, the condition of Pareto optimality is not satisfied and the result is market failure. Now we shall understand the free riders problem. As already told that once the public goods are produced, no member in the society can be excluded from its consumption whether he or she pays for it or not. This is referred as the free riders problem. A free rider is an individual who gets the benefit from a public good but pays nothing for it. It is due to the free riders problem. The profit maximizing producers either do not produce public goods or produce too little of it. This results in economic inefficiency and market failure. Let us take an example to illustrate the free riders problems which leads to economic inefficiency. Now we have to consider the construction of dam which will prevent the flood in the particular city. The cost of construction of a dam is around rupees 10 lakhs and there are 10,000 people in the city. This is just for our example. In the city, the contribution per person is rupees 100. The firm will be willing to produce or willing to construct it if the people in the city will pay for it. This dam once constructed will give equal benefit to all the people of the city whether they pay for it or not. Therefore, each person would not like to pay for it with the hope that others would pay for it. If more people will behave in this way as free riders, contribution for the construction of a dam will be insufficient and it won't be constructed. Thus, free the private firms either do not produce public goods or produce too little of it. Therefore, the government takes an initiatives to produce public goods which are financed by the various taxes imposed on the public. In our example, the government may impose a tax of rupees 100 on each person. The government expenditure on the construction of dam leads to the more efficient allocation of resources compared to private markets.